I think I left off with going over some of the logarithms and just basically I didn't cover the graph of the logarithm, so let's go ahead and do that. Let me pull up the handy dandy calculator. And I didn't cover that. I covered the family of graphs, or reviewed over it. And if you need more on that, you need to go to my Math 109 last semester, and we went over the family of graphs. So I'm going to graph y is equal to the log of x, close parentheses. And then I'm going to, and I'm just going to graph it right quick so y'all see what it looks like. Y'all know it looks like that. It's dropped below because you can actually take the log of 0. And there's that. Now, if I take the log and then I put a horizontal shift in it, log, parentheses, x plus 2, that means it's going to be a vertical, I'm going to do x minus 2, so it would be a minus 2, and change that to a dark. You'll see that it has a horizontal shift of 2 to the what? 2 to the right, Hubert. Thank you, class. And then if I do log of, hold on, I'm trying to write and think at the same time. X, I'm going to do plus 8 here, 8, and then I'm going to subtract 2. Now what does that 2 represent? What does that negative 2 represent?
Vertical shift.
A vertical shift of down 2 places. And the horizontal shift means what? Left 8 places. So I'm going to go over here to the handy dandy line maker, and we're going to change that to the dotted line, and hopefully you'll be able to see it. There we go. And graph. There it is. So you've got a vertical shift, and I'm going to blow this up a little bit, zoom in maybe. I'm going to probably screw up when I do this, but I'll try it. Just so I'm trying to do it for y'all. I do so much for y'all. There's the first one. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it because you have to set your windows. So I'm going to zoom 6. Let me do a zoom fit. Oh, wait a minute. Zoom fit. What is that? 9, 0. Yeah, that's not going to work. Let me do a zoom standard. Zoom 6. Yeah, that's going to get it back. There's the first one, then move 2 to the right, and then 8 to the left, and 2 down. Does everybody see the pattern with these vertical and horizontal shifts? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, I got 2 yeses out of 25 people. Thank you, 2 people. I appreciate it. So you have f of x is equal to 2 times x plus h, not 2, that's an 8. Oh, I told y'all I've been out of it, so I was 15 minutes late, and I've been out 15 minutes out of sequence since. It wasn't my fault. Usually it's my fault, but this time it wasn't my fault. Okay, and f of x is equal to, let's do an absolute value. Absolute value of x plus h. I think this is where I left off the other day. And then f of x is equal to a times x plus h, quantity cubed, plus k. F of x is equal to a times the square root of x plus h plus k. F of x is equal to 1 over x minus 5 plus 2. See, apples and oranges, Hubert. I'm sorry. Y'all just have to excuse me. A times 1 over x minus 2, x plus h, plus k. I'm trying to do all the family graphs that I gave y'all in 109. A, x 1 over x plus h, quantity squared, plus k. F of x is equal to a log x plus h plus k. And I might have left out 1 or 2. I don't think I did the quartic, which is to the 4th, the 6th, the 8th, because that's just a parabola. So it's going to do the same thing. And I didn't do the odd functions, which is 3, 5, because that looks like the 3, the raised to the 3rd power. So does everybody... 109? Oh, good. You brought your notebook.
Oh, no.
Oh, you didn't? That was what?
From last class.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's from... Okay, I thought you brought it from 109 or something. My class, right?
Yes.
So that's my note. That's the notebook you took in my class.
This
Mhm.
this is from last class.
Yes, that's what I meant. 109.
No, I mean like Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday. Okay, I thought.
Sorry.
Okay, I'll just be quiet. All right. So here, what kind of graph is this? It's a parabola, Hubert.
Parabola.
Right, class. What kind of graph is this? Hey, Hubert. What kind of graph is this? That's the swerve. What kind of graph is this? That's the swoosh. What kind of graph is this? That's the half a volcano. What kind of graph is this? Full volcano. What kind of graph is this? That's what we just did. It starts right here and goes down. So everything is based on these. So whenever you get a problem and it looks in this form, you should be able to tell the horizontal and the vertical shifts. All right, that's one type of problem you're going to see with the logarithms, right here. If you're given a logarithm in that form, you should be able to do the horizontal and vertical shift based on what we've just covered in the last day or two. That's one kind of logarithm. The other kind of logarithm is a rewrite. What is a rewrite? That's when you are given a logarithm and you either need to simplify it or what? Expand it. So let's go with log of x, y over w raised to the 3rd power. Okay, that is a problem right there that you should be able to do. Now, a lot of you are sitting there staring at it because you don't know what to do. Well, does it have an equal sign? No. So therefore, it is an expression. It is not an equation. So therefore, you're going to simplify it or expand it. Which one are we going to do?
Simplify.
Expand. Of course, the only 2 that answered were in my 109 class last semester. So thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Suck. All right. So first thing I'm going to use is what rule?
No, we need communication.
What rule? You got 3 choices: product rule, quotient rule, or power rule. Power rule. I'm going to bring that 3 where? Out front. Now when I do that, that 3 is going to be multiplied by everything that I do, right? Because it's out front. So if you want to put brackets around the log now, I'm sorry, log, because I can't pronounce log right. There's always somebody perfect that says that I pronounce it the wrong way, so I just spelled it log. All right, now, what am I going to do? JC, what did you say a while ago? Quotient rule. You can use the quotient rule. Are you going to use the quotient rule and the product rule? Yes or no? You got a 50-50 shot.
Yes.
Yes, because I'm asking that question. That's an assertive question. In other words, you should answer yes, because I wouldn't be asking it if the answer was no. Anyway, I'm going to expand it using both rules, but I'm going to use the quotient rule first. So that's going to be 3. 3 brackets log of xy minus log of what? However you pronounce that letter. If you're from Clemson, you pronounce it W. If you're from Clemson, you pronounce it W. There's people saying it right now to themselves. They're trying to figure out which one they are. I said W. How do you say C-L-E-M-P-S? Oh, C-L-E-M-S-O-N. There you go. You're a redneck. You said Clemson. You put a P in it. So you're a racist, JC. Sorry. You're associated with those people who don't have any teeth because they put a P in Clemson. You got to be sophisticated like those ESPN announcers. Clemson. All right, now what? We use the quotient rule. Now what? Use the product rule. That's right, class. Log of x plus what? Log of y. I'm sorry, log minus log of w. Now, what have we just done? We didn't simplify. We what? We expanded. And these two are rewrites. These are rewrites. Rewrite would be like this one. 2 log of 4. No, I don't want you to do those yet. Those are later. Of x minus 6 log of y plus 3 log of w. All right, see if you can do that one. Now, are we going to expand it or simplify?
Simplify.
Boy, y'all are on the ball.
See, I had to answer.
First one was expand, so y'all were on the ball and decided that the second one we're going to what? Y'all are tight. Y'all are right on it.
A second. I want my scholarship.
So what rule are you going to use first? The power rule. Yes, that's right, class.
Okay.
Use the power rule. Miss Shuttleworth, why aren't you talking? Have I offended you?
No, I mean, logarithms just, they aren't my, area of expertise,
Well, you
so
suck
I
at
don't want to, blurt something out and then be wrong.
Yeah, you suck at it. But don't feel pregnant. Everybody sucks at them. Now, before everybody gets offended about that statement, that is a saying that I grew up with, okay? And if it offends you, I'm sorry.
I'm going to the department right now.
What?
He goes to the department head.
I didn't hear what you said. What? What'd you say,
said
Miss Shuttleworth?
He said that he was going to the department head.
Go. She gets so many dadgum complaints about me, so I force people to go eat Mexican with me.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I remember that story. I remember that story.
I didn't tell y'all that story?
Oh, in 109. Tell it
You
again.
did.
Yeah.
Not,
In 109.
I
not
had a
this
night
time.
class. It had 6 or 8 students in it. And it was a good class, I thought. And the last day of class, we didn't have anything to go over. So I said, it's 4:45 or whatever. I said, let's all go eat. I'll pay for everybody's food. I'm not going to pay for everybody's drinks because you know what would happen. Somebody hit a tree and they'd sue me for it. So I didn't pay for the drinks. I paid for the food. I said, I'll pay for everybody's food. Went down the railroad, right down the road here, about 2.5 miles down. It's actually 3 miles. 3 miles down the road here. Before I got to the restaurant, I got a phone call. Yes, Hubert, I just got a phone call. Are you forcing your students to go eat with you? No, I told them. I said, I'll pay for your food. If you don't want to go, that's fine. You can just Go home or study or do whatever. I gave them the option. Everybody's going to get an attendance check for today. We're just not going to cover anything. We're just going to go eat. And somebody called my department head and said that I forced them to go eat with me.
Did y'all end up going to eat?
Yeah, we had a ball. I don't know what the winged on a pickle. I don't know where she went, but I swear, some people log of X
If you want to
squared.
take us, we won't call against you.
Yeah.
I'll even pay for my own food.
What'd she say? Y'all gotta speak up. We can't hear.
We're loud.
Yeah, well, you're not loud because what happens is somebody else may be talking, so and it kind of covers you up. So, Miss Youssef, what did you say?
Nothing, never mind. It's not going to be funny anymore.
Okay, well, fine. I'll just mute them. How about that? You're not going to be part of the class anymore, so. All right. That way you can call my department head and say that I alienated you. How about that? And what gets me is these people. You can be a liberal arts teacher like history or psychology, and you can do whatever the hell you want to, and nobody say a word. Mr. Red Solo Cup used to come in all the time, 3 solo cups full of liquor. Nobody said a word until he got fired. And then the one that gets me is the speech teacher that decided to show soft porn in class. That was real smart. Not to mention the Spanish teacher didn't know to close his door when he was doing something illegal. You know, if you're going to do something wrong, if you're going to do something illegal, if you're going to do something to get you fired, at least lock your door of your office, okay? Can't tell you. I'm going to let everybody just wonder, okay? But he got his ass fired. He got fired. I mean, they didn't even, there wasn't any grace period. Security came with him within the day and escorted him off the campus. So, not very smart. You heard that? You heard about that?
Oh, no, we were just guessing.
What happened?
Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you, it's kind of hard to get fired from Tri-County Tech unless you're doing something really, really stupid. Okay?
What happened? Your teacher gets fired.
Power plus log of W raised to the third power.
Gary Goody, George W.
W. Now what? Quit. Good job. I like that. Always quit. Well, we used the power rule, so what other 2 rules are left? Quotient rule and product rule.
Quotient product.
Now, since this negative is in front of these, I would suggest that you put a parenthesis around it. Because what do you got to do? You got to distribute that negative, or you can make this the what? The denominator. So I get log, log of x squared, and I'm going to divide it by log of y to the 6th, log of plus log of y to the w, Belton.
Yes, say it every time.
Where do you live? Oh, I live in Belton, South Carolina. Where? Belton.
I'm from Pendleton,
Some
Clemson.
people that I know from Belton, they don't say Belton. Belton. You must not be from around here. How'd you know? Nobody pronounces Belton. Belton. Do they, Mr. Ford? They don't. Or honeypath. Honeypath.
It's fun pay.
Yeah, it's honeypath. Honee. Honeypath.
Sounds like something.
Anybody ever looked up the history behind honeypath?
Nope. Is it Indian?
Me too. Google it.
Do you know?
Yep, but I ain't telling you because you need to learn.
I want to hear.
Miss Shuttleworth, where are you from?
Teach us about.
Where am I from? I'm from Pickens.
Oh, my Lord. People that live in Pickens, they make that into a three-syllable word. Pickens?
It's not Pickens.
Now, those are the people that's from Pickens. They say it 3 syllables. I used to know somebody that can make a three-syllable word out of Pickens. Okay? Pickens?
Yes, that's exactly how they pronounce it.
And then you got the people from over down the road from Pickens, and they have an R on the end of their word, Seneca.
Yeah.
And the people that are not from Seneca, they go Seneca. From Seneca, South Carolina. And then you got Ivor and Stir. Stir is S-T-I-R. Stir.
I mean, obviously I'm not like from Pickens because I don't talk
however
like
you want
that.
to. So they still hang people in Lounsville and they still shoot people in Lounsville. It's kind of like the Wild West in Lounsville and South Ivor. Okay. So what do we do next? Log of x what?
X of 2.
X squared what? Oh, I already did it. I'm sorry. I've already done it. I just got to add the 2 on the bottoms. I'm sorry. I got the cart before the horse. Let's go ahead and put these 2 together. So that's going to be log of x squared over what? Y to the 6th, what? Times w to the 3rd.
I'll say that right.
Now, what did we just do then? We just simplified. So now we've gone over vertical and horizontal shift of a log. We've gone over rewriting of a log. This is all review. That's why I'm not doing 15 problems, because it's all review. We'll get some problems when y'all start sending them. Now there's solving an equation. Now, before we solve an equation, I'm going to bring up the definition of a logarithm so everybody can write it down in case you've forgotten it, because that's the first thing that people forget on logarithms. So we're going to go to our handy-dandy Google. You know, one of those things that y'all don't ever use because it's easier to ask on Facebook. Oh, God. I'm not even going there. Does anybody know of a good house washer? Why do people ask stuff like that on Facebook? I mean, I just don't understand that. Does anybody know of a good blah, 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 blah? Look on daggum Google. That's what it's for. It's called Near Me.
Maybe ask Jesus, busy.
I don't understand it. Definition. And images. And there it is. That's a good one. We'll just, y'all write that down. I'm not going to copy and paste it. But when you have a logarithm, y is equal to log base b of x, it can be rewritten as b to the y is equal to x. I'll snip that out. Snip. There. And save. And save. And while we're at it, I'll let you finish writing it down. And then we'll pull up a question on an equation. Now this is one of those that you need to learn. If you don't, then you just might as well not even do the test when it comes to logarithms or the homework, because you're not going to be able to, especially when you're rewriting a logarithm or you're rewriting to solve a logarithmic equation. And a lot of people ask the question, when do I ever use logs? You don't hardly ever use logs except if you're in business or if you're in biology. A lot of biology professors or a lot of biology professions use logarithms because it's exponential growth, like dang old bacteria, dang old fish in a pond, dang old frogs and stuff. Okay? So you do stuff like that. Huh?
There used to be one that I used to do. Lily pads on the lake. There were 2 lily pads. Nah, stupid. Never mind.
Are you on drugs? My Cousin Vinny, great movie. Are you on drugs? No, I don't take drugs. I don't like your attitude.
Our drugs.
Nothing for me there. Love that movie. Some of y'all never seen it. It's your parents' fault. Now let me just do a logarithmic equation. Log equation. We'll just kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. Log equation, images, and we'll just pull this one up right here. This looks good. Log base 2, so that doesn't matter. So I'll do snippet, and we'll pull that in, new, and I'll just pull this one in.
I can get like 4 up.
No, I don't like. Well, no, I don't like that one. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find one that I like. That's too many decimals. I'm trying to find one that's decent. Okay, this one. I like that one. Let's see. Log base 3, log base 6. Yeah, let's try this one. New. And I don't know if it's even got an answer or not, but we'll worry about that. Save. And capture 1. I need to have a poster is what I need. All this technology, need a poster.
It's innovative.
I know. I'm not innovative. I'm just, I suck.
Wait. What's right there?
And next one. So go insert. And there and there. And one more. And that right there, and that right there. Okay, so let's look at this problem right here. Write it down. This is an equation, a logarithmic equation. I'm going to have to make it bigger for the Southern Baptists because they're sitting at the back of the room. So they can act like a bat out of hell when time comes. There we go. That's a 6, log base 6. I don't know how this is going to come out because I just pulled it off of the internet, so it could be one of those aggravating ones or it could be real simple. So we're going to do the best we can with it.
Did you click another type?
Okay, so I can rewrite these. First of all, I don't know if I can rewrite these two because they have the same what? The same base. I can say log base 6 of 2x minus 3 times what? X plus 5. Because of what rule?
Community. I forget.
Because of the product rule, Hubert. That's right, class. Okay, now what? Well, use your definition of a logarithm. Can't I change a logarithm into a exponent? Yes, Hubert.
Yes.
Right here. Right here, if I've got this, I can rewrite it I'm looking to see, I think I'm going to have to use a change-based formula. Because this problem uses all the products. Hold on a second. So, yeah, I can read, this is y. This is y right here. Yeah, this is going to be a cluster. This is y right here, so I believe this is supposed to be a change base. So, hold on. Log of 2x minus 3 times x plus 5 over, no, that's supposed to be log right here. I'm going to use the change base formula and do log of that over the log of 6 equals log of x over the log of 3. That's using the change base formula, which the change base formula says if I have log of some number to the x pi or x, log of some number to the x, I can only take the log of a number if it's 10 and base e, where x, where the number sign is not equal to 10 or e. I use the change base formula, which says log base 10 of x over the log base 10 of that number. That's the change base formula. So some of you remember it from 109, or you can Google it. It's called the change base formula, but that's it basically right there. So that's what I did here. I had log base 6. I can't do that in a calculator, so I put the log of this whole thing over the log of 6. And this, anytime you have a log of a number, what is a log of a number? Tell me what a log of a number is. If you put a log of 6 in your calculator, what are you going to get? A number. You're going to get a number. Yeah, it won't be 6, but you're going to get a number. So basically, I've got all of this over this, which means that I can multiply and clear the fractions if I wanted to. All right? Yeah, this is screwed. I knew when I looked at it. I knew it was screwed. So you want to take, somebody take log of 6 for me.
Okay.
This is supposed to be a log base 6. This is not supposed to be this complicated. That's supposed to be log base 6. Anyway, what is log of 6?
0.7. We can round and just say 0.78, I guess.
And what is log base 3? 0.48. So now we've got log over 0.78 and log over 0.48, and now you can clear the fraction by multiplying 0.78 and 0.48 together and putting that on top. You can clear the fraction by multiplying through by the common what? Denominator, Hubert. Okay, so somebody multiply 0.78 times 0.48, and what do you get?
3744.
Okay, so 0.3744. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 0.3744 over 1. And what's that going to give me here? Multiply, that'll give me 0.48 times this. 0.48 times log of 2x minus 3 times x plus 5 equals 0.78 times log base 3 of x. And now I can take that 0.48 and put it as an exponent and put this 0.78 as an exponent. That's still not going to help. So it's supposed to be log of x, sorry. Log of x. That's what happens when you get a problem you're not used to. So that's going to be log. I'm just going to go to this point and we're going to stop because I'm trying to get you to see something. Log of 2x minus 3 times x plus 5 raised to the 0.48 power. That whole thing is raised to the 0.48 power, which is going to be a cluster, equals log of x to the 0.78 power. And now you can actually say, since the logs are the same basis, then you can set both of them equal to each other. So that's 2x minus 3 times x plus 5 to the 0.48 is equal to x to the 0.78. And we're just going to leave it there because I'm just trying to show you how these can be rewritten and you can actually solve them. Okay? I'm going to pick a whole lot better questions. That's not a good... I knew when I saw it wasn't a good question, but that's basically how you do that. So now you've got solving so with all the different things, logarithms, and can you apply the natural log to these same properties? Yes. So you got to learn your properties or review your properties. So you need to be able to, be able to do your horizontal and vertical shifts using log/ln. You've got to be able to rewrite, and rewrite means that you need to be able to simplify as well as what? Expand both the logarithms and natural log. And 3, you got to be able to solve an equation. Okay? Now, right quick, I'm going to go back to try to find one. I'm just going to make up one. Well, no, I can't make up one because I get in trouble. So I'm just going to go into the homework and see if I can find one right quick. I'm going to go into the 110 homework and see if I can find one. Because WebAssign's too complicated to pull out a simple problem. So I'm going to, everybody got that? I'm going to go to the handy dandy 110 class and pull out a logarithm right quick. Let me make sure that nobody's going to go into convulsions before I do that. Okay, we got time. What time is class? Over 11, so we got time. We're going to call class off early today. But anyway, let me pull out. I want to pull out a couple of logarithms, so just give me a second to pull this up. And I'm going to pull up MyLabs Plus. A whole lot easier to work with. In fact, a lot of your test questions that you're going to be in Unit 1 doesn't even come from your book. I pull them in from different books because y'all's book sucks. So I use the calculus book for 140, and I pull in a lot of questions from the 140 book, except for the trig questions. I don't pull the trig questions in, except for there's one section where y'all do have to know the sign of the graph of the sine and cosine. I pull that in. That's it. Just give me a second. 110. Chapter contents. Just give me a second. It's a whole lot easier for me to carry the outlines than it is for me to carry the book, so I don't carry books around. I did that up in high school. I was the guy that carried all his books around in a book bag. That was me. Exponential and logarithmic equations, 6.5. Chapter 7, it was chapter 6. 6.5, study plan. And let me find a good question for y'all that I would put on the test. There's a good question right there. So, y'all blow it up. Those sitting on the back row. Pull the question back up. I don't think it blew up, did it? Nope. I'll write it again for you. And this is a test question. This is the kind of questions I would ask you to do as far as solving a logarithmic equation. Now, the reason I said that needed to be 6 is because most of your questions are going to be the same what? The same base. Most of them, except some that you pull off the internet. Log base 8 of 5x minus log base 8 of x plus 2. I'm just going to put that in parentheses just for me. Equals log base 8 of x. That's what the problem's supposed to look like. So go ahead and use your rule. Let's see if we can condense it a little bit and see if you can solve it. And if you can't, then you just need to mark it up as what? Being a disappointment in life, being a failure at life, you know, that kind of stuff. Might need a puppy or a pillow.
Get a crack.
So, what's the first thing we can do? Use what rule? I heard somebody say quotient rule. So that's going to be log base 8 of 5x divided by what?
X
X plus 2 is equal to log base 8 of x. Now, since the bases are the same, and you can do this the long way, we know we can use the change base formula, which will give us log base 8, log of 5x over x plus 2 over log of 8 equals log of x over the log of what? 8. And what's going to happen is the log of 8 is basically going to cancel out. You'll multiply by log of 8 on both sides. The Russians done hacked the Anderson campus. Blinking lights. We should cut class early, shouldn't we? Okay.
Yep.
You can actually cut that out, or you could say when you have log same base and log same base, you can set these what? Equal to what? You can set them equal to each other.
Each other.
What? So that's going to be 5x over x plus 2 is equal to x. And now you can solve it. And again, all of this should be reviewed. Is anybody looking at these problems and going, I have no idea what he's doing? Okay, a lot of it should be reviewed. Miss Youssef, you still with me? Wishy-washy. Comme ci, comme ça. Parlez-vous français? Dang old French. All right. Dang old Renaissance man. Got one laugh. Okay, that's good. And I want to see if they show you to cancel the log of it. I want to see if they cancel the logs on the bottom or if they just tell you. Right quick, I want to see what they tell you in here. Well, this is not WebAssign, but log base 9, and that's where they should. Yeah, they don't even go through the log of 8. They just set equal to what? Set equal to each other. So I don't know. WebAssign will probably tell you to reinvent the wheel. So what are we gonna multiply by on both sides?
Plus. X plus 2.
Y'all are on the ball. Y'all must have had a good 109 teacher. I have no idea who said it. So x plus 2 over 1, x plus 2 over 1, x plus 2's cancel. You get 5x is equal to x times x plus 2. Oh my God, we're going to have a quadratic. We got to use complete the square. And half of you are going to suck at it. Right? Okay, y'all not going to talk to me? So now we've got, I'm going to go ahead and bring the 5x over. I'm going to skip a step. So that's going to give us our x squared plus what? Plus 2x. Right? Minus 5x is equal to what? 0? Y'all check my algebra. X squared, 2x, and then minus 5x. And what's 2x minus 5x? Minus 3x. Well, we don't have to use complete the square here. We can factor out of x. And that'll give us x minus what? 3 here is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0 or what?
3.
3.
And you can take the log of 0, you can take the log of 2, and you can take the log of 0. So both of them are possible answers since you can take the log of 0. And you know you can take the log of a positive number. So who's got a question on that one? That's a test question. Make sure you can be, I would probably, if I had my choice, I would give you 2 or 3 questions from vertical and horizontal shifts of a log, 2 or 3 questions from rewriting, and 2 or 3 questions from solving an equation. So make sure you can do 2 or 3 of each. And you'll see that question, and we'll pull it up in the next class. We'll pull up your questions, because I remember, I think Ms. Shuttleworth, you sent one with a natural log, did you not?
I believe so, yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll start working on those after y'all have had the weekend to work on your homework. Now, I have no idea. Somebody, let me look. I started stapling outlines to my, I don't know why I didn't do that. Shut up. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. Just chill out. Somebody's already having convulsions, I know. It's got logarithm functions in 1.10. So I don't know, what section was that in, Miss Shuttleworth, that you sent me that logarithm? Do you know?
That was just the 1.1.
Okay. All right, so they must have mixed them in there. Okay. Well, like I say, y'all continue to work on chapter 1 because I'm hitting and missing in all sections. When we get to unit 2, that's when we actually get into the calculus. Right now, we're still going over a review of algebra. So y'all just keep hitting through the 1.1, 1.11 homework and keep sending them. And eventually it's going to level out. And by the time we get to unit 2, we're going to be hitting the calculus. So any questions? All right, y'all have a good weekend. Glad y'all got to see me today. Miss Youssef, you need to talk more. You talked last time.
Okay,
You're not
hold
talking
on, wait.
today.
Listen, don't clear the